Good morning, spontaneous kings and spontaneous queens. How you guys are doing? I hope you guys had a wonderful day yesterday. I know that I enjoyed my day. It was a quite peaceful day. So I have been advised by many of people that the random topics that I came up with, talking about relationships and different other topics, that people want to hear about it. Now, let me tell you something. My intention wasn't even to even talk about that. I just felt led to talk about those type of topics one day, and it got me here. So I guess if the people want to hear about it, we're gonna see how far it's gonna go, and y'all are allowing me to go back on my trainings to educate the people, and I don't mind doing, and I'm here for it. My thing was I was going to spend my energy and my time on being creative. But since the people want it, let's go because I know that people need help or guidance regarding those different topics and stuff like that. And this is only allowing me to go back and research and get more updated with the different current topics and current events, talking about the different topics. Hello to everyone who's joining. If you can hear me loud and clear, just give me some hearts or comments that you can hear me. But let's talk about it is we might not have a topic for the day, or we might have a topic and we just expand on. Good morning, Sam. How are you doing? Good to see you. We just talk about the different things that we have experienced in our life, um, male from the male perspective or the woman perspective. And I love to engage in different kind of conversations like this because then you begin to grow. You begin to learn from everyone experience, and then you can add the pieces that you want to add to your life to benefit your life. But right now, I want to poll my audience, and I want to, if you guys can help me put in different topics in the chat on what we can talk about, then that leaves me no choice but to go back into research. And please be advised, I am not a certified doctor. Um, I am a certified Christian counselor. And let me let you know, when I say that I'm a Christian counselor, it doesn't mean that I only take Christians. I take all religions. But before we go to the next step, I have to do a consultation with you guys, get to know you. You can get to know me, and I can see if you're the best fit for myself or for you. And then we will move on. We go on with consent because we can't do anything without a consent. So we after we do the consent, and then we go from there. And okay, Sam, thank you. And then we go on from there. So a lot of people don't know that I am a certified Christian counselor. I've been a Christian counselor for quite some time, and let you know that my uh, experience to you would not be the same as everybody else. I would not go and pinpoint everything the wrongdoings you're doing. This how you hear me talk right now will be a casual conversation, and I'm trying to pull out or guide you to help you in your life. You will be doing most of the talking, or I will customize it. How about I customize it to your liking? But I just wanted to let you know, guys, that I am qualified because I have experience. I am a board certified Christian counselor, and also I have a bachelor's degree in human services. So that's a broad degree. Talk about human relations, religion, all kind of stuff. Plus, I have a master's, and then I have experience in mental health. I have many years in hospitalization. So I got you covered. Don't worry about that. I got you covered. But yeah, when we talk about it, we talk about different stuff. and see what's on your mind. And if you want me to collab with you, I don't have a problem. Just let's get to know each other. And hey, good morning, Nikki. It's good seeing you. Good morning. Good morning. And we're talking about the different things. Like, let's talk about it. Like, a lot of people want to talk on touchy subjects, but a lot of people get offended, or we, after that person talk on that subject, we might see them in a different way. This platform is not for that. um, I want this platform to be freedom of speech. We try to be careful though of the language, but we also want to be able to reach people where they are. And that's why I don't say my platform is for Christians only, because you might see me one day sing, you might see me do R&B music, do some hip hop, whatever I feel led to do that day. That's what I'm going to do that day, and I do it without apologizing. And that's how you should live your life. Long as pleasing to you, you do what you do. But I just want to get on here. I don't have a specific topic I want to talk about, but I just want to get on here to basically poll my audience to see what kind of topics you want to talk about, so I can go and research, or I can bring you as an expert. Because guess what? You an expert of your life, because you either you experienced that thing, or you went through it, or vice versa. You're the expert of your life, and we want to hear your experiences, and how that you overcame, how that you get out of the situation, or are you still in the situation? I want to be able to interview you, or we can just chop it up and talk like a casual conversation. But the benefits of it is we helping the people, and that's what it's supposed to be about. This is my ministry, and I've been walking and talking in my ministry, and now I come to the realization that this is what this is what it's supposed to be. And sometimes I've been operating in different things and different gifts and different talents, and I didn't have a name to it, but I know that I was the type of person people was drawn to me. I'm going to give you an example. I remember I used to work at JC Penney, and I started off working at JC Penney. So for me, I don't mind starting at the bottom. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing sometimes, but I don't give a dang about starting from the bottom coming to the top. But I know if I have experience on that area, allow me to place me where you want to place me. But at JC Penney, I was there. Um, so I'm not sure. I was trying to get my associate's degree then. So when I was at JC Penney, I was trying to get my associate's degree, and so at first I got my I went to school for medical assistant. So the associate's degree was for Allied Health associate's program. So while I was doing that, I was working at JC Penney. So that's where I learned customer service, and then I learned customer service at the hospital too. So customer service goes with any industry. And I started off working there, making I think $7.25 and folding clothes. And for me, I catch on fast. So after that 2 week, 3 week period, the manager saw something in me and say, "Hey, would you like to come here at 4 o'clock? I mean 4 a.m. To work in the warehouse?" So I was like, "Yeah, no problem." The sooner, look, my mindset like the sooner I can come to work, the sooner I can get it off. So once I started doing that, I was able to go and work in the warehouse, get all the stuff from the back and put it to the front of the store. So they seen how quality work I was doing, and at the time I wasn't paying attention. I was doing the work and stuff, and then they asked me, because then now JCPenney had a Disney section, and they asked me, "Hey, do you want to be in charge of the Disney section?" So I was like, "Of course, okay, I can do that." So what? Then I stopped folding clothes and stopped being in the warehouse. Wait, let me take that back. I stopped folding clothes. I was just going and rearranging the Disney section, and if a customer needs some assistance, and I will go and tell them about that product or whatever. But let me tell you something. I went above and beyond. They didn't give me knowledge of the Disney products. I took it upon myself to learn the Disney products because I was in that area. Then my manager saw something in me. I didn't see it in me. I didn't see it in me at that time. I was like, let me go ahead and get this stuff done because I was still running my mouth, having fun on the job, clowning as always, being the clown that I am, but getting my job done. So as I was fixing my section, I noticed that the my top manager will always come to me for his problems. But I'd be jokingly telling him, like, man, one day I'm gonna be a life coach and I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna charge you because you stopping me at my productivity with your problems. So he was trying to play it out, trying to tell me his problem, trying to act like he trying to put the clothes on the rack and try to straighten the rack while he telling his problems. But I didn't see it in myself, but they saw it in me. But until I'm trying to get to this point to let you guys know that even though I was counseling him at that time or guiding him at that time, when it came to time for me to try to rearrange my schedule to be full time in my college program, he didn't want to allow me to get those hours because he was codependent on me to help him with his life. So, me, instead of me blowing the issue out of proportion, I just went to the manager that was over him. I let her know, like, hey, look, I would love what I'm doing. I love it and everything, but I really want to go to school and I want to do this. So she looked into my files, seen how long I was there at the company, and she seen how far I was driving. I was driving up from a camper all the way to Sugarland First Colony Mall, and she was like, "We're gonna give you a raise and we're gonna allow you to go to school." Now, mind you, that other manager was pissed off at me because now they're watching him on the camera. Now they seeing him not doing his work, not pulling his weight, and he's coming to little old me for counseling. But so now I'm just letting you guys know the backstory of when I start counseling, and I didn't know that I was counseling and leading at the same time. People see things in you that you don't even see in yourself. And I had an opportunity to be in a management position, but at that time my mind wasn't ready for a management position. My mind was focused on school because at that time I had I think it was like 9 months, 10 months in, I had my daughter. And before I went to medical assistant school, I went to school for audio production. And that audio production is when you go to school for music to learn the soundboard. So as I was learning the soundboard, and mind you, when I was going to school at the Art Institute year round, I had my daughter, and year round, I soon to find out that year round wasn't for me. We didn't have breaks. Had breaks, and that stuff was for the birds. So after I had my daughter, I decided that hey, I'm gonna take a break from music school. I'm gonna raise my daughter because she didn't decide to be here. I wanted her to be here. You understand? So I wanted to make sure I pour all I had to pour into her, so I can make sure that I can fully support her. I was still working as well. But then after she reached a certain age, I decided to go back to school for medical assistant. But then after medical assistant, I was like, you know what? I cannot stop. I got to keep going for her. And then as I decided to keep going for her, that's when I had to pull the strength from myself to keep continuing my education for me. And I'm going to say that even though it wasn't what I planned to be, because I planned to be um, the administrator of the hospital, run the whole hospital or run multiple hospitals. That wasn't my plan that God wanted for me. But I'm happy that I did get that experience because I was able to work in all of the different departments I know all the inside ins and outs of a hospital or any business, because any business is the same. All you have to learn is the policies and procedures and see how they operate. What's the culture? What's the mission? What's the vision? What you're trying to reach to? All that good stuff. So business, it varies. It's case by case, but when it comes to business, it's the same philosophy. So I'm saying all of that to say on this platform, I want you guys to be free. I don't want you guys to feel like, okay, after I done told my truth, after I done cried, after I done blowed some snot, after I done did all this stuff, and I feel like you feel like well, after you told your story that you feel like you embarrassed. You're not embarrassed because we all been through the same things, experiences. Some of us making the same um, life choices or choices for our business today, but a lot of people are not expressing that. They're not going to tell you the behind the scene. They're going to tell you the highlighted portions of how they made it or how they became this, but they don't tell you the breakdowns or how they almost committed suicide, how they almost hurt somebody, or how they almost did whatever they almost did in order to reach the point of their life. But they don't know that they almost did was the very thing, and the solution was becoming them in their life journey. So I want to tell you guys that you on my platform, you are welcome. Long as your heart is pure, you don't not trying to be malicious or any bad intent. You are welcome on this platform. But before we can get on this platform, just give me a message so we can shoot the breeze, get to know one another, and what how you want to go about it, so we can learn each other on a relationship, a business relationship like that, and then we can go on. Oh yes, Sam, I always have to talk truth. And for me, I know that if I can't talk my truth, I can't it just don't sit right well with me. And I stay quiet for a reason so I can observe. I can begin to maneuver around a situation if this situation is going to be for me, even if I'm in a situation that I'm in. Because sometimes we could be in a situation and we thinking it's one thing, and we in that situation, and then we see, okay, this is not what I intended it to be. But it's okay. When you're in that situation, you have the choice, and you can get out of that situation right then and there. You just have to plan strategies how to get out that situation. But let me tell you, you have free will to get out that situation. So on this platform, I want to start interviewing people um, on their life stories or their business, how they became. Who are they? I want to start talking to celebrities too, different people, walks of life. I want to start talking to different people. How are they in their current situation? And if we can get some resources to help them, because if I don't have all the resources to help them, then I can find somebody else that have those type of resources. And that's the same thing, goes back to my Christian counseling. I might not have all the things that you might be looking for, and I might not be that counselor for you, but guess what? I can transfer you to someone who can be that counselor. And even though I might have skills, being a counselor in that area, that might not be for me at that time in my life. And for me, I'm the type of person, I don't care if I have this planned out, that planned out. If God tell me to stop, hold on, pray, take a break, guess what? I'm going to stop and take a break, because I put myself first before I put my others. I'm here for other people, but guess what? I have to make sure that our Shia is okay, because I cannot fill your cup if my cup is empty. Ooh wee. Oh yes, Samuel says some strongholds. Yes, a lot of people don't know about strongholds, and sometimes we go into things prematurely, and we know about it, but we don't know how deep it is until we get into it. And it's okay to say, look, I didn't sign up for this, or it's okay to back out. And the thing is not about the By you backing out of that situation is based on you, how you feel at that moment, how can you deal with it. It's not based on other person. Oh, you said you're gonna do this. We had this commitment. No, how your mental state is. How can you able to handle it? Do you have the capacity to handle it? You know. So I want to talk about. I'm gonna tell you some of the topics that I want to talk about. I want to talk about trauma. I want to talk about healing. I want to talk about the different importance of setting boundaries. I want to talk about being a bully as a child, being a bully as an adult. I want to talk about some real life stuff. And some of these things you're not going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe she's talking about this stuff. But people need this real life stuff. The type of topics that need to be talked about in this platform or across this broadcast is like life or death to some people. It's like life or death, man. And by us talking about it, it's freeing them in the same way. It's freeing them and healing them at the same token. So I can't promise you anything, and I'm want to you to be advised the topics that I might talk about. It might not be for you that day, and that's okay. It's okay. It might not be for you that day, but let me know. I want to let you know that everything that I do and everything that I try to do is out of love. And if I offend you, give me an opportunity to say I'm sorry. Oh, because that's the power of communication. I want to talk about communications as well, because communication can go a long way. And I want to talk about conflict resolutions. And this is going to be topics not only for adults and women and men. This is going to be for everyone. But I'm not going to just say, oh, this is going to be a special topic unless I'm led for children and teens. But I'm going to do some things for teens and children as well because they are suffering right now, y'all. The other day I woke up just having these three kids on my mind. And while I had them on my mind, I just began to start interceding for those kids because I was in a household with a different culture and they wasn't raised or brought up to nurture their kids. They was raised in a way to meaning if their grades wasn't where they're supposed to be, all A's or whatever, perfect, that they was chastised for that. And I'm just gonna say, God, allow me to be in that situation to intercede for those kids and be their God for that time, their God, or be their guardian for that time to watch over them because I was able to nurture those kids at that time. And I took those kids on as my own kids because it was family friends. And when somebody say they're my family or my friends, I take that to heart. I really do take it to heart. You don't have to not be my blood friend or family. I take it to heart. Now, if you call me your blood family, be expected of me to let you guys know that something things are not sitting right with me. If you offend me, I'm gonna let you know out of respect, or if it's something pertaining to those kids because kids has rights, and I'm gonna talk this about kids. Kids has rights. This like disability, people with learning disabilities or people with any kind of disability, they have rights. So, but those kids, when I was in that house with them, just observing them and how their parent was treating them, it just didn't sit right with my spirit. And then my husband at the time, when I was still letting him know, like, hey, these kids are going through this, and for him to turn the other cheek because at the time you feeling like in your mind that you need help at this time, you're gonna turn the blind eye because that's how their upbringing is for their kids. But those kids consider you as uncle, those adults consider you as a man of God that you said you was. You should have stepped in being the elder and letting them know in a respectful way, man to man. And by me being the woman, I was going to the wife, woman to woman, not to chastise her of her own children, but to guide her, to lead her, to nurture her, because it was some things that she was missing in her life too. And I was able to experience those things in my life that I was missing in my life, but I was able to heal those things in my life. And I wanted to allow her, by standing on scripture, by covering her with scriptures, because I wasn't just telling her, I was covering that woman in scriptures. I was covering that household in scriptures. So that's why I was going through the spiritual warfare. So don't get it twisted. I don't come in trying to control anybody. I don't come in trying to throw my weight around, throw my titles around. You only see that because you something in you that's broken, or something that you're is missing, or something is lacking in you. So as I begin to be in that house, and I'm always making sure that my daughter is okay mentally, spiritually, physically, because I'm in that house, I'm not going to allow you to mistreat my daughter because you're mistreating your kids. So, but those kids were calling me mother, mama. Those kids, they had like a little African accent. It's so cute. Those kids was calling me mama, mama. You know, they don't say mama, they be like mama. You know, I had a bond with those kids. Let's be honest. I had a bond with those kids. I was putting the youngest baby like a wrap, like an African wrap. You put the baby on your back. I knew how to put that baby on my back and put that baby to sleep. I created a bond with that baby. That baby was my baby. I was giving nurturing to those kids. And for you, and then for I was, let me back up because I get excited when I talk about this stuff. Let me calm down. So I was observing how the parents were treating the kids, and a topic I'm going to talk about this. It might be kind of touchy for some from some people, so please be advised. So the woman was saying, "Hey," to the little boy, "Hey, you need to get your name right," because the little boy was maybe 6 or 5. So you know, kids sometimes take them a little longer. Sometimes it take little boys longer sometimes to write their name down. But if you're being chastised for the wrong reasons, it can take you a little bit longer because you have fear. So the little boy was writing his name backwards, or he was writing his name not straight. Instead of her teaching him and leading by example and showing him, look, this is how I want you to write your name. Write your name like this, copy it high like this. You have to show the illustration before you can start telling people. Make sure you show people how you want it done. If you're a person that you want it done a specific way, you give an example. You give a video, you give some notes how you want it done, you explain yourself, and show those kids or show those adults or people in business how you want it done before you start to cussing and fussing and start doing all of that, so they can know, like, okay, this person want it done this way, so let me try to do it this way. But sometimes you show people how to do it this way, it don't work for them. All ways don't work for everybody. You show them how to do it, a basic understanding, show them how to do it, but then they can customize it in their way so they can get it how they can get it, or how they can perceive it to get it down pack like that. Okay, so she was telling him, you need to do this, and if you do that, I'm gonna flog you. That's like an expression how us we say, I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna beat your back in. Some people talk like that. Her they expression was, I'm gonna flug you. It's the same expression of, I'm gonna whoop your tail. Okay, and whooping and beating is totally different. So we're gonna talk about that a different topic, a different time. But I was just sitting there watching. For me, I was on my phone, but it was just so much I couldn't longer pay attention to my phone any longer. I was watching that person chastise that person in the wrong kind of manner, and it was just disgusting to my spirit. But and then, like, the person was trying to, that little boy was trying to so bad to write it and stuff like that, and I could just see it in his eyes, the fear. and you hitting that person with the pencil in his lip, hit him with a brush in his back, or you get up purposely to walk around him to hit him in his back, that is not okay with me. And I'm gonna tell you right now, sir, ma'am, mister, whoever you identify as, I respect you, whatever you identify as, okay? But if you feel that comfortable doing that around me or doing that, period, you be stand to be corrected. And I don't care who you is. So as that act began to happen, I said, hold up, wait a minute. You don't do that to him. She got quiet. And I said, look, if you can't teach him right, give me the books and stuff, and I go in the back room and I teach him. Because as your friend, I have to let you know this is not right. And I know the laws. I may not know every single law, but I know the laws well enough that this is not right. And CPS can be, or Child Protective Service, that's what CPS is, can step in if they see this kind of abuse. And by my degree, I am obligated to report this stuff. And it's a sticky situation when you in this situation when it's your family friends. You understand? No one wants to take their kids out of their home, out of their possession. No one wants to be victim in the system. Nobody wants that. So I began to teach that boy, and he began to catch on faster because for me, I customized the teaching with him because she was trying to compare the daughter to him. The little boy was like maybe the little boy was so smart though. I thought he was older. She was like about 5 or 6. The little girl was 4, but she was catching on faster. She had an old spirit. She was catching on faster. So she was spelling faster. She was doing all that kind of stuff. But they wasn't beating her like they was beating him. And I don't care if it was for her or for him. Yeah, I can't. You can't do that. Mm-mm. So I began to teach him and nurture him and all that good stuff. And one day I was at the house and it was begin to be too much for me. And I told the guy that I was with at the time, like, look, I can't be here. I can't stomach being here. And my daughter already telling me her concerns, and she feel uncomfortable. And at the time, she was like maybe like 9, and she already know that this isn't right, and you still doing this, and you're not listening to your wife or your children. It's something broken inside of you. And I'm not saying this to be funny. And I know that when I'm talking about stuff, I get so passionate, and it can come off or portray as she's judgmental, but I get passionate about this kind of stuff, and because I want to help you overcome this stuff. And if you think that it's okay for you to kids that you call nieces and nephews to get beat like this, something is really wrong. And I'm concerned. I really am. So, long story short, the little boy was saying that he wanted to commit suicide. And being that little boy being I consider him as my baby. And a little boy even thinking on the capacity to even formulate. It's one thing to think it in your mind, but to formulate it to come out of your little bitty mouth to say that, it broke my heart to pieces to hear a little baby say that. And I say it's time for me to go. I'm gonna tell you the story how I had to leave out of the house, and I was a victim of family violence. But God, I'm gonna say, but God, because I'm the type of person that I voice my opinion. And if you're not ready for what I have to say, don't try to put labels on me. Don't try to assassinate my character if that's not who I am, because you're trying to overpower me. So I am that person that gonna say, that don't belong to me. That is not for me. I don't receive that. But for that little baby have to go through that, nobody have to go through that. And I was able to shed light to the situation because The lady wasn't listening to me. She was like, oh, in my culture, we do this and we do this. I get that, but you in America now. You in America now. And I'm telling you, you think you can do all of whatever you want to do in your country, wherever you are. You do whatever you want to do, but you're not gonna do it in my presence, and you're not gonna if you're doing it here, especially if I know you and I'm saying I love you. I'm praying, I'm covering you as a sister, as a brother. I feel like I'm obligated to show love. But I was happy that I was able at the time. At the time, it was going so much going in my mind. I was fighting through so much. It's like me and my daughter was the only one fighting all of these spirits, all of these attitudes, all of this culture, all of this stuff. But I'm not sure right now because I didn't check on the situation. But I know those kids came into my spirit yesterday, and I had to pray for those kids. And I wish I can go back and just love on those kids. But me and my daughter, and let me tell you, my baby is so powerful. Me and my daughter, I talk to my daughter, make sure she okay. Me and my daughter start to intercede on the behalf of that house. Me and her start to pray. We start to tear down those things in the name of Jesus. We start to tear those illusions down. We start to break through the spirit. We start to worship. We start to call out those things that are not. We start to walk in our calling. We start to do all of those things because we have power over those things. Those things don't have power over us. And I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like you are powerless, you feel like you don't have a voice, I don't care your title, your position, who you are, your wife, you the mother, you whatever you are. If you feel like you are stuck, you better let somebody know, and you better let them know quickly. And now I'm telling you, I get passionate about that. Like a bulldog. No, I'm not a bulldog. I'm like a lion. I'm like a lioness, a warrior, the lady that walks around the kingdom with the animals. I'm the warrior because I'm the seer. God allowed me to see those things. So that's why I check myself daily to make sure I'm on the right path. Make sure that I'm doing the right things according to God. And me saying God might offend some people. And I'm gonna tell you something, I don't care. Because if you're listening to me, listen to the message. And if I say God and it offends you, let's replace God with something that you believe in. Because that's instilled in me. And I'm not going to change who I am to accommodate nobody's needs or their purpose. So I'm just telling you guys, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you can't get out, I don't care if you this type of prestige or this type of whatever, because we can all get in a situation that we can't get out. Let somebody know. Let somebody know. Oh yes, Samuel. Oh yes. Because let me tell you right now how my gift is operated. I'm not going to prompt you and let you know, oh God, I'm going to start praying right now. Now, whatever the spirit leads and follow, that's what I'm going to do right then and there. Let me tell you how powerful the spirit leads. I'm going to tell you this story. And hopefully I can remember to go back to the child. But when I was at my workplace and I'm a security guard, God allowed me to be in the position to secure this facility. And it's more than physical, it's spiritually. And I know that's my assignment. Because when I came in there, the atmosphere was different. Now it's a whole lot different now. And as I was in that facility, it was a security guard that facilitated the outside. And I pay attention to me. I don't pay attention to other people. I pay attention to me. And one day he came at the door, and I opened the door, and I was like, "Hello, how you doing?" I do that to every customer because I customize it. And so he was really tall and slender. He stood up and he had like a two-piece suit on and stuff. It was red. Remind me of the blood of Jesus. But he was like, "Do you remember me?" And I was like, his eyes was glossy, and I was like, "Wait a minute, yeah, I remember you. You the life, the security guard that's outside." He said, "I said, why? Are you off or something?" He was like, "No, I've been off of work for a couple of months now." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Yes." He said, "So a lady, because he guard the two companies, right? Two warehouses." So he was like, it was a lady that I approached her car, and I found her. She shot herself in the head, and she was found dead. And I haven't been the same ever since. He said after seeing her, I couldn't sleep. She kept coming to me in my dreams. I wasn't able to sleep, and I'm not able to function on the job. So he told me his name and stuff, because I didn't even know the man's name, y'all. I was speaking to the man, I didn't even know the man's name. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pray for you. But something told me deep down, because he was talking about that he couldn't get his insurance didn't cover like therapy or whatever. And you need work. You trying to tackle life, but you still need work. And then it was even worse because he had formed a relationship with that young lady, and that's why she kept coming to him. And I told him, I said, "What's your name?" And he told me his name. I said, "I'm going to pray for you." But something told me, don't let that man leave without praying for him right then and there. So let me tell you what I do. I told my manager, "Hey, I'm about to go handle this situation. I'm going to go and pray, guard my area." I didn't even ask her. I told her, "Guard my area. I'm going to go outside and pray for this man." I started praying for that man right then in the spirit. I said, tonight you're going to sleep. You're going to have the best sleep of your life." And he told me after he got that prayer, he felt something come over him, and he felt like he was healed. And I said, "God be the glory." And he said, "You know what? You right." He said, "Just like I overcame my drug addiction, I can overcome this." And I say, "Amen." And something just told me, if I don't pray for this man right now, right then and there, that day might be his last day, because they were trying to prescribe him medications. And let me tell you, when you're trying to go to sleep, because he couldn't go to sleep, he was tossing and turning. He was in turmoil. I'm being tormented, I mean. I said, "Oh, no, 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 no." I cast those things down, and I say, "No, no, no." So I believe I see him to this day. He's working now. But I was able to do all of those things because God allowed me, and He equipped me to be in that position till that day. So when people try to talk down on a position, they don't even know the half of it, why God have you there. So don't leave with money. Some people ain't gonna get that. God had me there at that location for a reason. God is not gonna let me leave that location until He tell me to leave, and I'm not gonna rush it either. And that man, I can just see his eyes glossy, because even the medication they try to prescribe you. Let me tell you, when you have something on your mind like that, it don't matter what kind of medication that you have. It's not gonna put you to sleep. It's not gonna. I don't care if you have a natural herb. It's not gonna put you to sleep. So I'm just letting you guys know. If anybody need prayer, you pray right then and there. Don't let them walk out of your presence without you praying. Because that man's eyes was so glossy, I could just see in him on a different level, about to check out. And I said, "No, no, no, not today. Not on my watch." So that's why I'm on my freaking business. Because I have to stay ready. When God needs me to speak, He needs me to say something. He needs me to do something. And I am that willing vessel that is willing to do that. And I am grateful for the calling, for the gift that's on my life, to do the things exceedingly abundantly accordingly, to help the people, help God's people. Mm, mm, mm. And I was able to tap in like that because I was able to work with newborns. I was able to work with newborns. I seen a life come in this world, and I seen a life leave out of this world. So this to hear that man have to go through that, and I know that a lot of people, it don't matter about the age, he couldn't handle it because he never experienced that before. And I was able to shed some light or help pull him out of that situation at that moment in time. And then I gave him some scriptures, and I, because he looked like he was an OG, so I told him to go and listen to some old hip hop music just to take his mind off of it a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you something. Mm-mm-mm. God is calling for you to do some things in the season. And it might be some things that you have to do in a season that you never did before. But just know that God has his hands out waiting for you to take the step, and you have to take the step. No one can push, prime you, or pull you to doing anything. You have to make sure that you start working on self. Make sure that you have your mind right because you don't want to hurt people in the process of trying to accomplish a goal. And I'm hopeful this was, hey, I didn't even know it was going to turn out to be this way, but I'm so grateful to be able to do this, and I don't take it lightly. And I just want you guys to experience the fullness that you can feel in your life, and the other side is better. It can get better, and every situation is temporary. Just know that. Just know that. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and you can listen to this anytime you want to. Um, I hope this resonates with you. And if you feel like you're broken, you need help, reach out. Reach out. If you need prayer, reach out. Whatever you might need, reach out. Because I might have it, or I can have somebody else assist it. Because I'm connected with a lot of nonprofit organizations, a lot of businesses, and all that kind of stuff. So um, please let me be a helpful service to you. But then we have to set out some boundaries, because sometimes when you're trying to get that help, you're so vulnerable at that time. You're in that vulnerable state, and you just, because that person is showing you love. Sometimes some people commit mistake that kind of love for unhealthy love, and I'm not judging you, and that's okay. But I have to show you and teach healthy boundaries and stuff. Sometimes us as adults have to learn it. I had to learn it. So don't think that I'm perfect, because I'm the type of crazy that would tell you my experiences. Not because so you can manipulate me and use my past to benefit your needs, but to show you that, hey, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. But now sharing your experience is not going to make me be in that mind frame and that state of mind with you. But I'm just sharing my experience to allow you to know I am human just like you. I hurt, I bleed, I go through life just like you, and you too can get out of it. So, guys, this is a good time to share this message. Don't be stingy. Share this message with everybody. Don't be like, oh, this person needs to. No, share it. Share it, because this message could be life and death for somebody. And it's not limited to anybody, not to women, not to men, not to children, not to teens. Because if you have some topics, I'm going to tell you again, put the topics down, what you want to talk about, so I can do the proper research, and so I can give you that knowledge. Um, and it's going to grow from there. It's going to grow from there. I'm not going to start planning right now. It's going to grow from there. It has to grow from there because whatever thing I touch, it, oh my God, y'all trying to make me shout up in this place. It turns to gold. So I'm going to just say, I hope you guys are taking care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, in any area that is coming up, anything that's coming up, anything that's a past that's coming up. Start dealing with those feelings and emotions. And we can, it's okay for us to deal with those emotions and those feelings. We have to deal with it, but don't sit in it. Don't just sit in it. Let somebody know. Let somebody know. Okay? And just let me know because I am connected with a lot of nonprofit organization, a lot of children, all that kind of stuff. Just let me know because I love helping doing this kind of stuff. But then I will let you guys know as well if I can feel that need for you, or if I can transfer you out to someone. But I know sometimes people just want to talk to me. I get that. So I just want you guys to let you guys know. Um, hold on real quick. I don't want you guys to leave without giving you my business number for you to call. Because I have many titles. I ain't going to tell you, I have many titles. So whenever you call me, just let me know what you need so I can help you. But my business number, the Spontaneous Queen, okay? This is the Spontaneous Queen business number. It's going to be 281-806-5366. 281-806-5366. And I want to let you guys know that I am a board certified Christian counselor. I do have a master's degree. I do have a degree in human services. So I have all the backgrounds and the certifications to help you get to your next level. And I also do a lot of stuff. So just let me know your needs before we can move forward. Then I can properly assist you. And if you call me and I did not answer, try to leave a voice message or call back again so I can make sure I can assist you. So please, if I don't answer the first time, please leave a voice message, okay? So we can give you the help that you need. Right now, it's about us helping each other. We need to help each other. It's not about okay. I want to receive all these people on. I'm only work with my people. No, we we're gonna come together and collab with different organizations because that's how we do it. We can come together with different organizations. That's how we're gonna be able to reach you and as a whole. You know. So I just want to let you guys know. My name is Arshia. Okay. And sometime I go by Spontaneous Queen. That's the company's name, Spontaneous Queen. If you guys want to contact me, make sure it's in between business hours though. You can say, I'm gonna say 8 to 5. Let's put it at that. Give me a call. If I don't answer right then, don't think I don't care, okay? I just have to say that because sometimes when you're in a vulnerable state and you don't hear that person call or answer, you feel like giving up, and I don't want you to give up. Leave a voice message. Say who you are. You don't have to say the situation you're going through, okay? Say who you are, leave your name or the topic if you feel comfortable leaving the topic or whatever, but just make sure you leave your name and leave your number so I can get back to you. And I'm going to give you my business phone number again. Is going to be 281-806-5366. You can reach me, and once when you call, um it's going to be like a little thing say, thank you for calling Spontaneous Queen. If you want to reach this department, whatever department you want to reach, dial that number. But if you want to reach me, I believe it's option number 6, I believe, if you want to reach me. Okay. I love you guys. Take care. You take care of yourself. If you need to take 5 minutes out for you, to get your thoughts, emotions together. Don't let anybody stop you. I don't care what title you are, what title you hold. Take titles off the when it pertaining to helping you and your what's right for you. Take titles out the situation. Leave that title. Leave that title alone. Mm-mm. Leave that title alone. Okay? I'm gonna let you guys know again. If you want to work with me on business, if you need help in any other ways, let me know. Call me at 281-806-5366. 281-806-5366. If you want to have business opportunities, and I mean business opportunities, you're free to call me and we can collab and we can do all that good stuff. If you need help for your personal life, Christian counseling, teen workshops, you need a transformational speaker, or you need somebody to encourage you in your life, give me a call. Okay? Right now it's not about selling stuff to you. I'm trying to give you value. Once you see that value, you're going to see everything else. Okay? So I just want to let you guys know, starting today, please don't neglect yourself. Don't neglect yourself. Don't neglect others. Let's lead by love, not by fear. Be bold in who you are, not what somebody else told you. Be bold in who you are. Spontaneous Queen, I love you guys. I'm better than yesterday. Mwah.